Bella Bodnar joins me today. She is the next fighter in the October 7 Perth Corporate Rumble. We discuss injuries, boxing, family, friends, former PCR fighters, and her run into the event. Special thanks to Justin Tate from Tate Enterprises, major sponsor of today's guest, as well as Gobsmash, Sports Mouthguards, and Cablewise, major sponsors of the Perth Corporate Rumble. So please welcome the unbreakable Bella Bodnar.
Yep. I don't have heaps of experience. When I say experience, I mean like 8-9 months. That's about it.
Look very comfortable from day one when I saw you. I went, oh, because I saw you and I judged you. And I judge everyone straight away, and I can't help it, and I know not to. But I saw you. I was like, that is a blonde-headed girl with this face full of makeup. She's not going to want to break a nail. And then you came in, you started hitting pads, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to shut my mouth.
I get that all the time. Everyone thinks just because I do my hair and my makeup and stuff, and because I'm blonde and whatever, they think that I would be really, not weak, but just
I didn't think you were weak. I just didn't think
weak, but didn't think I would have that sort of aggression, I guess, or skill. I don't know.
I'm proven wrong repeatedly with these PCR, especially with the boxers. No, not just you. I do it every time, and I see everyone. I go, "This, I know what's going on." I've always got it wrong. I think I just not judged too quick, but I thought you were of slight stature. And it's never happened. Well,
what do you mean by that?
Like, as in, like, you physically, you're not 6 foot, a big, powerful girl, and that's my problem. That's not anyone else's problem. This is me just being judgy as I am. But what I haven't noticed, and I'm always suspicious. It must happen one day. I doubt it will, but you know, people go on like reality shows, like. What are reality shows? Not Bachelor, because one of my mates went on it. Married at First Sight or something like that. Oh my
gosh, I could never do that. No, I could never do any sort of reality show. But
I'm not saying you're going to be on it. I'm saying that there are people that will do things where the actual purpose of what they're doing is completely different. They're just doing it to get their face in the social pages.
Yeah.
And that's never happened. And I'm not saying that that's what I thought of any of you fighters, but I'm just thinking one day, will there be that person that doesn't take it seriously?
I think so, maybe. Although, like,
Glenn and Nige are pretty good at weeding out.
For sure, but it's also like there's a lot on the line in terms of you getting punched in the face, so it's not like...
You can't fake fighting, or you can wrestling, but your partner's going to be opponent. Jeez,
well, it's not like a TV show like Married at First Sight where no harm is being done to you, at least physically. Don't know about emotionally. But there's a lot on the line in terms of boxing where there's like a clear winner and loser. And you're getting hit in the face and in the body. And so it's a lot to do just for a bit of attention.
Yeah.
If that's your main goal behind it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Someone take a dive in the first. Maybe put a side bet on. No, I think fighting is one of the only things you can't fake. And a loss in that, in fighting, is very different to a loss in basketball or ping pong or another sport. Mm. So it is really something you can't fake.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you seem to be taking it seriously.
Yeah, I think anything I do, I will try and do with 110%. Like my dad is
110% is physically impossible, by the way.
Okay,
that's
100%.
the one thing that gets me. 100%. No, it can't be more. Go
100%.
Ahead.
Well, my dad has always been like, if you're going to do something, do it really well or don't do it at all. So,
don't half-ass it.
Exactly.
A lot of people half-ass it.
Yeah, well...
Today's interview, for example, for me.
Don't half-ass it, Brad.
I'll try not to make it easy.
You're doing great so far.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
We've been going a while already. I'm going to have to cut out most of that first bit. Something I was going to say. You did send me some info yesterday. I only gave it to you about 2 months ago. It's fine.
I'm so sorry.
Your list of injuries, that's what I'm most concerned about, because every time I see you at training, I know your shoulder, you're right to talk about your injuries?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Your shoulder looked a touch tender when I saw it the other day. Tell me about this shoulder. Firstly, we'll start from the top, because I know that there's a history. We'll start from the top and work our way down, okay? Tell me how you got those cauliflower ears. No. No, you don't. Shoulder. What have you got going on with the shoulder?
Yeah, so it's just a bit angry at the moment.
Rotator cuff?
Yeah, so so stupid. I don't know how I did this, but I went to the driving range just to hit some golf balls with friends, and it was just this freak accident. Like, I've never had my shoulder dislocate before, but I just swung, and at the top of the swing my shoulder just popped out.
Which shoulder?
This one.
Is that the one that is power? I don't understand golf, to be honest.
Neither do I. I'm actually hopeless. It was just purely for fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And it just popped straight out?
Popped straight out. Like, I had gone there before, and I had done it before, and I never had any issues, but it was just this freak thing.
Are you a flexible person?
Very, yeah.
Really?
I've got incredible hypermobility, but that just comes from being a dancer for 15 years.
Doesn't that make you more likely to dislocate, or...
It does,
Is it as painful, though?
Oh, it's still painful regardless.
Painful. Yeah, that's right. It's a bad question.
No, that's okay. Pain level is still the same regardless, but it does make you more susceptible to dislocations, because typically when you're hypermobile, your muscles aren't as strong because they tend to just like lock out into place, which makes you more at risk of just popping out because the muscles around the joint aren't as strong to protect it.
Swimmers get a bit of that as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Is it swimmers? I thought swimmers were prone to bad shoulders, like shoulders popping out.
I have no idea. I don't
know.
really know a whole lot about swimmers. I'm not a fish.
You're studying physiotherapy, though, is that true?
I am, yeah. I'm doing my bachelor's with honours of physio.
And so do you treat yourself?
No.
Do you practice what you preach?
I do, definitely. I think that's it's a pretty accurate but common misconception when it comes to me, because I do take everything pretty seriously and I'll practice what I preach. But I have the best physio.
Who's your physio? Give a shout out to the physio.
I will, because he's literally the only reason why I can keep doing this.
Tell me who it is. Please let it be the
same.
It's the same as my physio, who's great. Go ahead.
His name's Greg Mullings.
Not the same guy, but he sounds great.
No, he is phenomenal. So he's honestly got a wealth of experience, and I see him probably like once a week now.
Where's he located?
He's in Osborne Park. So he started up a practice called Pure Sports Physio with another guy. His name's
PSP.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. I didn't know that was right. Go ahead.
With another guy. His name's Chris Hutchinson. So both of them have so much. Yes. Do you know him?
I just knew his nickname was going to be Hutchie.
Oh, not Hutchie, Hutcho, but close enough. You're probably not going to think so, but yeah, so both of them have a wealth of experience. Greg was the physio for Freo Dockers for 12 years, and then Hutcho was the physio for Glory for a really long time, and they've also done other things too, but both like so incredibly intelligent, and
a wealth of knowledge,
and it comes from experience and time and that sort of thing.
And do they love it?
They love it, and you can tell they love it. You can tell they love it. They're so good at it. Honestly, like, I would not trust myself in anyone else's hands, and I'm really particular about that type of thing. Like, I've had the same doctor since I was born, sort of thing. But he's great. He's probably the only reason why I can keep doing this. I go see him every week and kind of puts me back together again.
May I ask sort of approximately how old you are?
I am 21.
21?
Yeah.
Young'un. You had 15 years of dance. This is just going back to some injuries. I understand. A friend of mine she was a ballerina. Is that the actual term? Is it a ballerina?
So a ballerina is someone who does it pretty much full time as their job.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure she was doing that. Anyway.
Yep.
Her body was slowly destroyed by ballerina ringing. That's not a word. By doing ballet.
It's brutal.
Tell me about 15 years on your body.
Yeah, so...
Tell me what it did. What's is it feet, hands, arms, shoulders, back? What is it?
Everything, honestly. Definitely... Probably the worst thing that I've had was to do with my back, but I remember, like, I would be training almost every day. Yeah. Almost every day apart from Sunday.
Did you love it?
I did love it.
It's easy to train when you love it every day.
Oh, absolutely. But it just got to the point where I had to stop because I physically couldn't do it anymore.
Injuries?
Injuries, but also I got to a really competitive level where it was a lot time-wise, and I didn't see myself having a career in that. I didn't want to do it. But my back was pretty much screwed from it. Like, I'd come back from training and my knees would be bruised and bleeding, and I'd, like, just be dead in the car, and Mum would just be shaking her head like,
why do you do it to yourself?
Love it. I guess
what was a back injury?
So this happened, and I ended up having surgery on my back because of it. And
at a young age? What age?
I was just 18 when I had my surgery, which is really unheard for. But unfortunately, over time, I ended up getting some pretty severe disc bulges and just degeneration. And there were a couple of other things that they found as well, but no one ever took me seriously because they're like, yeah, an 18-year-old with back pain, whatever. But I had these issues since I was like 15. Did
you do dancing?
Yeah, just pushing myself really hard for a really long time, and obviously didn't really take too good care of myself. But I ended up seeing a surgeon, and he was like, go and get a scan, and we went to get an MRI, and they're like, are you sure this is the right, like, form for you, like what they're checking? And I was like, yep. And they ended up checking with them because they're like, I don't think this is the right thing because she's too young to have this.
What did you have? Just bulging discs?
Yeah, pretty severely, like on 3 levels. My discs were pretty badly degenerated, and just a couple of other things that they found, and they were like, this is not something you see in an 18-year-old, 17-year-old.
What was it like that day that you realised that the dream of being a full-time dancer was over?
I never wanted to be a full-time dancer. It was just something that I was doing because I really loved it and see a career in it.
You seem like quite a competitive person. That's not a bad thing. You seem quite a competitive person. I could see someone like dancing, which I know some dance schools and they're great. I know some dance schools that are borderline predators, but I just think that if you dangle that carrot in front of a young, when I say young, say under 18, impressionable young lady, I think, I can see how they would want to accept that, how they want to have dreams of, dancing all around the world. And I could see how young ladies, and young men, would fall into that trap. So you being that competitive, I
always knew that I didn't want to do it as a career. I always had my sights set on something else, but I was doing it purely because I loved it. And like you said, I'm a pretty competitive person by nature. So, again, if I do something, I do it like 100%. I don't really...
Any regrets?
No. I mean, I loved it. I loved doing it. I made some really good friends. Like, those girls become your second family because, partially because you're around them all the time and partially because you become so close. But no regrets.
Is it a competitive environment?
Yes.
Is it like Black Swan?
No. My
wife put me through that movie.
I've never watched it, but I know. But I've heard things about it. I've heard things about it. But no, like I never experienced any cattiness from any of the other girls. Everyone's just, yeah.
Everyone gets along?
Yeah, everyone got along pretty well, and I still talk to some of the girls and hang out with some of the girls that I danced with. Beautiful. Yeah. So no regrets there. Probably the only regret is that I had to have my back cut open because of it.
Whereabouts, lower or upper?
Lower. So
Lumbar,
I had
L4 and L5?
One of them, yeah. So the procedure I had is called a microdiscectomy, and it was L4, L5, L5, S1. L3, L4, L4, L5, L5, S1.
Is that where they shaved the disc? Is that a thing? I thought I heard that somewhere.
They were like... I don't really remember back now because I kind of just blocked it all out. But they cut out the bulge, and there were a couple of other things they had to do, but yeah.
Is it all right now?
Yeah, it's okay now.
It's all right.
Still have some issues with it, but nowhere near as bad as it used to be. So I'm very grateful for that because I had pretty much persistent nerve pain all the time.
Sciatica?
Badly. Really badly.
That is the most brutal pain I've ever experienced. That is something else.
And it was 24/7, so it was never...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would have that pain all the time. So I couldn't really drive or sit for a long time.
Just about to go, can't you? I had it for the first time. This sounds so bad. I had it for the first time about 3 months ago.
Really? The first time?
First time. I don't know what I did. And I had it for 2 days. And that's it. I was thinking they were going to have to put me down, honestly. I thought I'd had a broken leg and I was racing at Caulfield. But it just went away.
Yeah.
I'm very nervous that it's going to come back. But that was crippling.
It's horrible. It's really, really horrible. It's not great at all. So that's why I was so persistent in getting treated, because doctors are pretty conservative. I mean, obviously, understandably so, pretty conservative when it comes to that sort of thing and taking it seriously.
Yeah.
But I pushed for a long time, and I have an amazing doctor. She's really, really phenomenal. She's always advocated for me and pushed, and she's like, look, her quality of life sucks because she's in pain all the time, and she's kind of the one who pushed for someone to
do something about it.
Yeah, exactly. So that was really good, and I'm glad that it's fixed now because, like you said, crippling, horrible, not very fun.
I think it's that moment where the realisation that a sporting career isn't going to be your thing. It's very hard. And there's a couple of people in this PCR that were very high-level different sports, like whether it be rugby or something, and they had to accept that fact that they're not going to be, playing for Australia.
Yeah, well, it was sad when I ended, but also it was very easy to come to terms to because I knew that that's not what I wanted to do as a career. So
you're happier now?
Yeah, definitely. Very happy.
Would you consider yourself just in general a happy person?
I would say so. Like...
You seem to be happy when I see you. Seem to be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you have your little whinge, but that's just expected.
Can't be too angry about too many things. I mean, my life is pretty good. I can't complain too much.
Have you found training at Good Vibes? Oh, Jesus. Counterbalance. I'm going to come back to Good Vibes. Firstly,
we will circle back around.
Firstly, counterbalance. How have you found Craig and the crew?
Craig is so lovely. He's such a nice guy. And
how consistent is his mood? It's just a consistent mood.
He's such a solid guy. He's really, really lovely.
Opposite of Glenn.
No, I've never had any issues with Glenn. I like Glenn and Nigel are both really, really lovely. I have a lot of respect for them both.
How good are those two?
Awesome.
I just met Glenn 20 years ago.
That's how long you've known Glenn.
Our relationship has been. It's weird. I hope Glenn feels the same. But our relationship has always been. It's weird. It's. I think he trusts me, and I trust him. Which is not weird, but we're complete opposites. I don't think you get more polar opposites. I'm not having a go at him because, geez, I'm definitely not anywhere near perfect. But it's weird. We've always just got along. And with Nige, I met Nige about probably 3-4 years ago. We just hit it off. It's just such
You guys seem like very similar people. I don't know. That could be absolutely false.
What,
but
me and Nige?
You and Nigel, yeah.
Maybe that's why I get along with him.
Maybe
we should just gang up on.
Meet people and you click really well.
Yeah. He's a quality man. He's all business, and Glenn's Glenn. I can't say a bad word about either of them. And Chris, spot on. Chris doesn't chat to me much for some reason, and I went to school with Craig.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've known him for a long time.
Yeah, that's wild. There, just more than that.
He's such a nice guy. They're all really nice.
Yeah. Good crew down there. You getting any additional coaches in? We're all over the shop today.
Any additional coaching as in PTs and that sort of thing?
No, as in down at Counterbalance, because I've seen, Mongi's fighting now. Mongi used to help.
Yeah.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back.
You had the Hood Pope down there, Trent Horwood.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to try and remember everyone we've had down. So we've had Trent, we've had Mongi, we've had Wiley came down.
Wiley Scott.
Yes.
He's such a good man.
Yeah.
Road Trains Australia, everyone. Road Trains Australia. He was major sponsor of Wiley the Cavalry.
Yeah,
Scott
we're good friends. So he came down. Who else came down?
Is his body okay? I was concerned. Sorry to interrupt you. Is Wiley's body okay? I was concerned about his knee. Is his knee fine?
His one he originally got surgery on is good. I think he injured the other one.
Wiley, stop it.
So yeah, not good.
Okay.
But yeah, so
get well soon, Wiley.
Yes, get well soon, Wiley.
Get well soon.
So Mungie, Trent, Marco, Wiley.
Marco, the Phenom fam.
Yeah, he's there so much.
So good.
He's awesome. He's so committed to it. I also get along with him really, really well too.
Phenom. Everyone loves the Phenom.
Who else? Oh
Kiara?
my gosh, I feel so bad.
Has Kiara been down there?
Kiara O'Terry?
Yep.
No.
Just yapping?
No, she hasn't been down yet. I don't want to miss anyone out. I feel really bad.
Oh.
But there have been other people, that come down.
Can you believe we've been going for an hour?
Wow.
Oh, see?
And we haven't even really got started yet.
I was about over 2 hours in with Justin Abernathy. You have a look at Grelka Chicken. How good is he?
What's his name?
Grelka Chicken.
That's so cute. I want to try and make one of these one day. I know it'll turn out badly, but I want to try.
Sure, my wife will give you the pattern. You can try. She's got an idea. Yeah, it's great because that's the name. Oh, geez, I've been plugging our show a fair bit on here. Shame on me. But it's called the Grelka Republic. It's up there. So that was Grelka Chicken.
Woo!
So when one of the guys can't come in to, because there's 3 of us who do it, when one of them can't come in, they get replaced by the chicken.
I love that. That's awesome.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Chicken any day.
That's so good. And the cape. It's red.
And the cape.
It's like me.
Awesome.
Team Red. All about Team Red.
I heard that you were biased against blue. Like you lean more towards blue. Where did I hear that from?
I think it's just because of my friendship with Glenn. There's longer. I'm not. Like, it's quite weird. I joke. You know whose team I'm on? Whoever is behind on the overall scorecard. So I'll probably be Team Blue this time. We're leaning towards Team Blue because I think they're about 4 or 5 behind on the all-time list.
Yeah, okay.
We're talking here.
Yeah.
The last time I was Team Red.
Right. Okay.
I don't mind. I'm a fence sitter.
Well, I had a question. I don't know if you know the answer to this. You probably do.
I'll do my best.
I got told that the defending team walks out second. But I thought just naturally blue walk out second, red walk out first.
From history.
I've heard so many things because apparently Glenn likes his fighters to walk out second, and that's why they walk out second. I have no idea.
To the best of my knowledge, blue has always come out second, but those two are, I'm talking about Glenn Nudge, always open to new ideas. They're never locked off. It can't be. I reckon that's fair.
Because Wiley told me that the defending team walks out second.
That would be. I reckon that's fair.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm not too sure. But from memory, blue has always come out second. I do remember last time they had the ring around the wrong way and everyone came past me second. Yeah, I'm pretty sure blue come out second.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm really not too phased either way.
Suggest it to him. You have more time in the ring. It must be nerve-wracking sitting in the ring watching your opponent come out.
I mean, I was thinking about it. I was like, look, if I do have to walk out first, I'm just going to focus on Nigel, focus on what he has to say. I'm not going to look at her walk out. I'm just going to do my own thing. But my dad's my second on the night. So
it comes out with you?
Yeah.
In the corner?
Is, yeah.
Oh, how good's that?
Really, really exciting. I'm so close with my dad, so it means a lot. But I messaged not Nigel. I messaged Glenn. I was like, "Hey, Glenn," because he's friends with my parents.
Okay.
I was like, "Do you think it would be at all possible if Dad could be my second?" He's like, "Yeah, of course." So
he's so accommodating.
He's so nice, honestly. Like
anything they can do for you, they'll do.
Yeah,
I mean, they're hard nuts, but they're also. Very supportive.
Definitely. I got really bad anxiety, so like being able to have my dad there was just going to be a lot better for me.
Will you find out Thursday whether you're Team Blue, Team Red? We don't know yet.
No,
we don't. Could be out first, could be out second. Don't know who our opponent's going to be. 6 girls, including you. So it's 1 of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you if you had someone with your eye on. We'll get into that later. We've been going way too long here. We're going back to your... Jeez, we are stepping way back here. We're going back to your studies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pediatric oncology.
Physiotherapy.
Yes. I didn't know whether that was 2 things or 1 thing.
I did some research.
I couldn't work. That is one. Pediatric oncology physiotherapy.
Yes.
That's 1 thing.
Yeah.
It's my medical background for me.
It's just a fancy way of saying that physiotherapist who helps kids who are going through cancer treatment. That's about it. It's a very simple way of saying it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And obviously with this photo that you sent me here, this is heartbreaking here. It's a photo. This is both your brothers here?
Yeah,
Tell
so
me
I've
about
got
this. I'm going to
three
put this
brothers.
up during
so
it. So
the last brother isn't there, so I'm one of four. I've got an older brother who's 23. I'm 21. The third one's 20 now, and then the last one is 13. So in that photo,
spread out. Jeez.
Yeah. Well,
that's a long stint for your parents to be dealing. And there's three boys and one girl.
Yes. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Parents are doing a great job.
They are amazing. Oh my gosh, I'll talk about them in a second. But
just tell me about this photo.
Yeah, so that's my older brother Luke, me, and then my younger brother in the middle. It was just a photo that my parents had taken of us, and I think that's on Easter actually. We went to go and see him and spend the day with him.
Was he in Princess Margaret?
Yeah, that was when Princess Margaret was still up and running. But we were there pretty much every day. But that's we went and spent the day with him there and brought him cheesecake. And
I'm glad glad the state government invested some money and got the Perth Children's Hospital going. But Princess Margaret,
so glad, yeah.
Great people, location, great.
Well, he had
facilities,
some phenomenal doctors, really, really, truly incredible. His surgeon, his doctors. His surgeon did one of my surgeries too, so kept it in the family.
So tell me about your younger brother.
So he's pretty much my inspiration behind everything I want to do with physiotherapy and the type of physiotherapy I want to do. Him and my grandparents, because unfortunately my grandparents, on my mum's side, passed away from cancer within 2 months of each other while he was going through treatment as well. Yeah, so,
Jeez.
And they were really young, like my grandma was 53 and my grandfather was, I want to say, 58, 59, 60, something like that.
That is so young.
Very, very young. Yeah, and my mum was dealing with that while trying to
Oh my
take care of him
God.
too. Yeah. So he was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, which is like a really rare form of bone cancer, bone and tissue cancer. And the prognosis for it, not great at all. It's
Did
a
he have to
very
get
aggressive.
donors? Is that where they get donors for like bone marrow and things like that?
I think that's leukemia. I think that's
I should have
leukemia
read
where
more
they
about
have to
that.
do that sort of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a really aggressive form of cancer. So as soon as they found out, they got straight onto it. But he went through treatment for about 2 years. So he went through chemo and radiotherapy. And it was a really aggressive.
At what age?
He was 11 when he was diagnosed. So...
that's rough.
It is rough. And
So
he's
rough.
like the strongest person I know. And I know everyone says that, but like throughout his whole treatment, he never threw a tantrum, never threw a fit, never complained. Like he was always super, super smiley, and all the nurses would like love to come in and see him because he was always super positive and smiley. Not to say that you're not allowed to be upset or anything, because like every right in the world. But yeah, he went through a really aggressive form of treatment. He had surgery to get two of his ribs removed as well.
Jesus.
Yeah, so...
That's a rough gig.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. I mean, we're super, super grateful that he's okay now and he's doing well now. But also in saying that, I have to acknowledge that some people aren't as lucky to have their kids with them still, which is so, so heartbreaking. But we are so lucky and so, so blessed to have him here with us still.
Are you a religious person?
Yes, I'm a Christian. Well, our whole family is.
Okay. I know that only because they've gone either way with this, there's been families where children have had things like cancer and then they have completely lost their faith altogether. And then there's other people that go the other way that find faith.
There's a big pull in between it because it's really hard because you're like, why is this happening? And especially with kids, it's really hard because they're like, they're so small and innocent and, you know, like they're the last people in the world where...
They don't deserve any of this.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And like, oh my gosh, like I remember even walking past some of the rooms and seeing like little babies in there. It's just so horrible. So heartbreaking. But yeah, I mean, some people it pulls you towards it, some people pulls you away from it. So,
what did it do for you?
I think it really pulled us towards it. Like we were so grateful that you know he got through it, and I think that was the thing that was carrying us through. I have no idea how my parents did it. Like,
parents don't get enough credit for what they go through and what they hide from kids.
Definitely, but like my parents are just, I still have no idea how they did it, like looking back now, and I have so much more appreciation now than I did back then, because my dad was working and my mum was taking care of him, but she was also worried about her parents, and she was pretty much always with them. So normally with chemo, like you only have to go in once, like for a day, once a month, and then like you're done for that month. But he'd be in there for a week, and then he'd go like every 3 weeks. So it was like a really, really intense. And my mum would be there all day. She'd stay there all night, and like my dad would come and swap so she could go home and shower. And then they managed to be fully there for him, fully there for me, and my other brothers, all at once. So they're amazing. But yeah, he's pretty much my inspiration behind why I want to do what I do. Just to be able to help kids like that and to be able to give back would be everything. It means everything to me, especially because some people are not as lucky as we are, in terms of their children unfortunately didn't make it through treatment. But yeah, just to be able to help and give back in any way I can would be massive.
Well, you've seen it all firsthand.
Yeah, absolutely. Seen it all firsthand. So I can definitely empathise with families, which is a big part of physiotherapy, because nothing's worse than like, and I've had such bad experiences with doctors and things like that.
That have checked out? That you're just a number to?
Exactly. Like, I think the biggest thing that you can be is like empathetic or sympathetic, and you know, because people are going through the worst times in their lives. Like, the last thing they need is for you to be rude or cold or whatever. So I think that's part of the reason why I try and be like super happy and upbeat, just because like people really are like going through some horrible stuff, and you never know what anyone's going through really too. They could, like, you could meet someone someday and they could be having like the worst day of their life, right? And you know, even just being a little bit nice or whatever could help them. So yeah,
doesn't take much.
No, it doesn't take much at all, but also it's on the same side of the other spectrum. It doesn't take much to push someone over the edge when they're going through something like that. So, like, that's what makes me so angry when you get, like, really horrible doctors. Like, we were really lucky. All his nurses were so lovely. All of his doctors were really amazing. The surgeon was really good. But, yeah, I'm like, when I end up doing what I want to do, just want to be as nice and as amazing as possible. Be very good at my job, but also just be really nice as well.
It must be hard to stay that committed to a role when you see, I guess, the same thing over and over again. I was talking to a police officer who said, you know, it's funny, everyone's had bad experiences with coppers. Most of the time, the only time they're in touch with the coppers when they're getting pulled over for speeding or something.
Yeah.
But even things like my car got broken into, you know, they've been to 1 million of them, but then they treat the people whose house they go to, if they are looking into it, as in, this is the first time I've ever been to this. I'm going to treat this like my car. Yeah. Because they have to, because otherwise they're just a number. And a window smashed is a massive thing to some people, because they feel like they've been violated in some way. So he's good. He's got a good attitude. Good on you. Good on the coppers. They're in a bit of trouble, but good on you, coppers.
So much respect for cops. People talk so much crap sometimes, so I'm like, they put their life at risk.
There's some good ones.
Firefighters, coppers, nurses, all of them.
Nurses. Doctors. I like nurses. I'm a fan of nurses. They got it rough.
Nurses make or break the experience. I've been in hospital quite a few times for different surgeries and different things like that, because I've struggled with my own health as well. Nurses make or break your experience. Like, I had a rib cage reconstruction, and I was in the ICU for a week and then normal ward for a week. And I had this amazing nurse where she just sat next to me the whole night and just held my hand. It was so, so sweet. So, so sweet. And then I've had nurses who have been really horrible. So it definitely does make the difference. Because doctors, they only come to see you like once a day. They'll come in, they'll review your case moving forwards. But nurses are the ones who are with you the whole day, taking care of you, essentially.
Got a lot of time for nurses.
Absolutely.
Good on you, nurses. Had a nurse in here last time. Jenna, the infamous Greer, was in here. She fought Casey, the Wild Rose Greaves. Yes. That's right. She was great. She was in palliative care. Did I say that right?
Yeah, so it's end-of-life care.
but just loved it. Not loved it, but just was
so much passion for it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to.
Good on you, Jen and
You have to have so much passion and love for what you do, because you can tell when you don't. That's why you get nurses that are a little bit more angry and, And
then the new nurses get exposed to it and can almost tarnish the job for them.
Definitely. Like,
could
one
change
of my
culture.
friends, she, again, is so sweet, really cares about what she does, but she's like, I was going into nursing so excited and then had a really bad experience and they were really horrible, and not very nice. And I was like, oh.
That's it. All done.
I know. Now she's just not really a fan of it, which is heartbreaking.
And she is a nurse still?
Nurse. Yeah. No, she's still a nurse.
Okay. Something that you are passionate about. Firstly,
yeah.
I've got it down here. I'm supportive of all boxing events, whether it be Perth Corporate Rumble, the RQCC. Stay out of any dramas. I got a photo of you heading to the RQCC.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you. Really glammed up there.
Thank you.
When was that?
That was
last year.
Yeah, last year in October.
How was that?
It was good. It was such a fun event. Oh my goodness, so fun.
That was at the Crown as well?
Yes, that was at the
Is that your mum?
That's my mum.
That does look like you.
Yeah, my mum and I are pretty identical. Well, apart from that, I don't like looking at myself.
You love it. Hey, why don't you show your teeth? Well, your photos, you got your golf clothes. How come?
I don't really like my teeth.
Teeth look fine.
Thank you, but I don't know. I just don't really
You got like a sultana in them or something, though.
No, I don't. Don't even say that.
You checked before we started.
No, we checked before we started. But no, I don't know. I've just never been a massive fan of smiling on my teeth.
Okay.
But yeah, that was such a good night, and like the cause behind it is
Toy Box Australia.
Yeah. So Sophia and Troy Barbagallo, they're so sweet. Like everything they do goes towards this charity. Like the last year at RQCC, they raised $1.1 million for Toy Box.
Jeez.
Yeah, and everything goes to the charity. And then they're also the national directors for Miss Universe Australia.
Yeah.
Everything that they do with the girls for Miss Universe also goes to Toy Box, like all of the charity and fundraising also for that. So I'm really passionate about that too.
One of the admin girls from the Perth Corporate Rumble is part of the Miss
Chloe,
Universe Australia.
Yeah.
Chloe Hicks, everyone. Get on and support Chloe Hicks.
It's over now. They already picked Miss Universe. But yeah.
Have they?
Yeah.
Is it official?
Yeah.
Who got it?
Her name's Maria Wilson.
Oh, she's no Chloe Hicks.
I know. But I'm sure she'll do a great job.
Your injuries, the list is long.
The list is long.
Just going to kick it off with a photo here of you. Tell me this looks brutal. The concern on your dad's face is what got me. How old is your dad, by the way?
My dad is 43? 44? 44.
He's a young-looking 44.
That was a while ago.
Okay, I thought it said post-2020.
That was just a part of something that I posted.
Still, if he's 40, he's looking good for 40. Good on him.
Yeah, both my parents look pretty good for their age.
Okay, so what is this photo?
So, I had a rib reconstruction. This is the one I was talking about earlier.
Rib reconstruction?
So, they basically had to, ever since I was little, they don't know if it was a congenital thing or congenital meaning like born with it.
Yep.
Or whether it was acquired or whatever it was, but the right side of my chest had sunken in. My rib cage had like sort of
the
thing.
right side.
So, if your ribs sit like this, mine was like that.
There was a MMA fighter that had that same thing.
It's called pectus excavatum.
I couldn't remember, but that does sound about correct. So, considering you've had it, I'm sure you do know. Yeah. So tell me, so what is that? So they had to reconstruct just one side?
Both sides. So it's a pretty like aggressive procedure. Like it's very invasive. So they had to cut me open, cut the cartilage out of all of my ribs, like kind of break them, reshape them.
How old?
I was 14.
They still, because you don't want to mess with cartilage or anything.
Right after. They leave the shell of it, so it can grow back.
Okay.
And that's a good thing about doing it at that age is that, everything, you're young, everything still grows back.
Mm-hmm.
And recovery time's also a lot better when you're younger too. But that was right after Michael had finished chemo, so I went bang, bang.
How long before you had this operation did you know that you needed the operation?
Oh, for a while. Like they had first found it when I was 3 years old, so it was pretty much.
So you knew it was coming?
Oh, definitely. I had issues with it my whole life, so because of it, it was compressing my lungs and it moved my heart over, so would have episodes where I couldn't breathe, and like we'd go to the hospital and my parents would be really panicked and they'd just be like, she has indigestion. And my dad's like, look at her ribs.
How do your parents look so young? And I also have
asthma.
How do your parents look so young? Because for me, it sounds like the stress that they must have been under. No, I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
Stress that they must have been under with your brother, with you. Oh, I can't imagine it.
Yeah.
I worry too much.
Oh, don't get me wrong, they worry a lot. They're like always worrying about us. I mean, as any parent is about their children.
Are you a worrier?
Big time.
Me
Big
too.
time.
How do we get over it?
I don't know, but that's what Nigel's been trying to figure out. Nigel and Glenn, they're like, get out of your head.
How? There must be a way.
I don't know.
I sat up the other night because my guinea pig got poked in the eye with a bit of hay, and I was worried about him, so I sat up with him.
Oh, that's
it's pretty much where I'm at in my life, worried about guinea pigs. So how... We'll go back to your injuries, and then we'll come back to
guinea pigs.
Our issue. No, I can't. I'm only just recovered. Lucky Caramel is okay, and that's okay. That's my guinea pig. Yeah, I should bring him in here. No, that's not. So this is okay. With a female, it must be quite different because I don't know how I'm going to word this without it sounding wrong, but it must be quite like you said, invasive for a 14-year-old girl to have an operation this major on that part of their body. It must be just terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I was more just worried about the cosmetic side of things, which is how everything looked to everything else. But there were actual issues and repercussions with the surgery itself and with the injury itself. But
did it affect the muscles?
Yeah, everything's pretty much like affected because of that. So they took all that cartilage out, kind of break and reshape everything, and then they put a titanium bar in.
Whereabouts?
To, like, underneath rib cage, just to like try and hold it all up.
Yeah.
And then I had another surgery right before I started my first year of uni to get that out, and then that ended up taking a lot longer because the bar wouldn't come out. I was bleeding a lot, and
oh Jesus!
Yeah, but that ended up being like fine. Got the bar out because they're like the only issue with you having the bar in is that you can't have CPR if you need it because there's this titanium bar in.
Oh yeah, they're never going to get that chest compressed.
No, definitely not. So yeah, they ended up taking it out. But
is there any scarring?
Yeah, I've got quite a few scars. I've got a big one that runs across there, and I've got some on the side.
How much does that affect you?
In terms of,
I don't know, just with scarring. I know there's a story obviously behind it, but and there's no way you should be. But do you feel a bit self-conscious about that kind of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really lucky, like in terms of the surgeon who did Michael, my little brother who went through all the treatment. The surgeon who did his surgery did mine, and he just went about it really well. So it's as hidden as it can be, but. Yeah, I do get self-conscious about it, but I'm also, like, just happy that I'm all good. So it doesn't really matter too much.
Well, from the photos that I've seen, and that I went through whilst stalking you, as I do every person that comes in here.
I've got scars everywhere. I've got scars on my back, scars on my ribs.
Didn't see any.
Scars on my stomach. We're fine.
It's definitely nothing to be embarrassed or ashamed about, which you don't seem to be, which is great. The only reason I do ask is we had a young lady in here a couple of years ago by the name of Megan Bassioli. She fought in PCR 8, I believe, 7, 8, 6, one of those ones. And she was in the Bali bombings. She's got the greatest attitude I've ever seen. She fought Courtney the Spicy Disaster. And
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Courtney O'Connor?
Yeah.
Still holds a record, 4 hours 20. Yeah, and Megan Bassioli, and she was explaining to me about some of the stuff she's been through, but she's almost not proud of them, but she wears it with pride. So
100%.
Good on you, Megan.
Going through a lot.
Yeah.
pretty proud of myself in terms of, I mean, I say that, but I hate saying that though, because my little brother has gone through so much that I'm like, my stuff doesn't even like compare, you know, so I don't really talk about it too much just because I'm like, it doesn't really matter, it's nothing compared to that.
But for a young lady, I can only imagine how much it does affect you, especially in the days of Instagram.
Yeah, I got bullied a lot in high school.
Really? Which high school?
I went to Woodvale Secondary College.
Okay.
Yeah, high school is not a good experience for me. A lot of people are like, yeah, I love high school. I'm like, that's not me.
What were you bullied about?
A multitude of things, but people are really not nice. Especially girls. Girls can be mean.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I get worried about having kids one day and sending them to school, because girls are mean.
It's true. Just have good comebacks for them. Oh, yeah. Teach kids early. Teach them to absolutely light some kid up in about year 3 in front of everyone. Hey, stop. Not saying I did that. That's exactly what I did.
I mean, I was lucky because I had my older brother at the same high school as I am, and we're only like, yeah, he would be like in year 10, I'd be in year 8. So he was always there to look out for me. But yeah, I think I just get really, not self-conscious, but yeah, self-conscious about how I look and stuff, which like shouldn't even really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah. You
look fine. I got some photos of you training without makeup on. Oh. You look fine. There's no dramas. Anyway, what else have we got?
So there's a list. So I had 2 of the rib surgeries. That's one of them. I fractured my neck from dancing.
Fractured your neck? Did you go over?
I was trying a new trick and I slipped and I fell on my head and my neck snapped and my body snapped over. Oh,
the old scorpion.
Yeah, I guess
it's got a scorpion. When you come over, where you land there, your body keeps coming over like it's like a scorpion.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that then. Yeah,
that's what it's called. It's a universal word for that injury.
Well, then yes, I did that. But I felt like on my head, my neck snapped and then my body snapped over. And I still taught a class after. I still kept training and then I still taught a class after. And then I went home. And I had it on video too. I think my dad still got the video on his phone somewhere. But I went home and then I was like, oh, my neck really doesn't feel too good. And my parents were like,
get that checked out.
No, they were just like, really? Like,
walk it off?
Yeah, sort of thing. Like, we're all pretty tough cookies, so. But then I showed them the video and they were like, and then I went to the hospital and I showed them the video and they're like, don't move.
No.
So yeah, went in straight away and then got a CT scan and they're like, your neck's fractured.
So what did you have to have?
I'm lucky, didn't have to have anything invasive, but I had to have something called like a Miami J brace. So is
that like a stiff neck collar that they put you?
Yeah, but it goes around your body as well.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was really
God.
Yeah.
How long for?
8 weeks.
Shower in it? You take it off to shower?
I didn't shower. I don't even remember. I blocked all of that out now.
How old were you?
I was...
Still at school?
Yeah. I was pretty young. I was like 14, 15.
So you would turn up to school in these full braces and everything. I can see why... No, I'm not agreeing with it, but I can see why that you were bullied. Not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that...
No, I wasn't even bullied about my injuries, though. It was just other things.
Like what? I heard it was jealousy. That's why I was bullied. Jealousy.
The way that I looked. So that's like why I get so self-conscious about the way I look. And I'm very particular about like photos and taking photos of myself. So
the cardboard cutouts are pretty good though, aren't they? As you walk in. You don't like them?
I'm just not looking forward to everyone seeing that.
I'm going to take yours home.
Yeah, please. I'm not keeping it in my house.
Get someone to snatch that at about 5:13, okay? Because that thing will go missing. I guarantee you. No. What else have we got in here? Oh, we've gone through that there.
That's me at the most recent PCR. That's me and Steph.
Steph, who got the win over Tom the Tank Engine Cardy. Probably the most emotional win of the night I saw.
Yeah, so proud of him. He did so well.
He did well.
Steph is the nicest guy ever. Oh my gosh.
Ever. Is that official? He's a good man, isn't he? What about his brother?
Lovely. Him and Elliot's really cool too. He's hilarious. He's so funny. He's also really lovely as well.
Elliot had a win the event before against the Bacardi Bulldog.
I was standing next to Elliot when Steph was fighting. Mistake number 1. Oh my gosh, I think my eardrum bursted.
Who was the other guy that was next to him? There was 2 guys. Is there another brother?
Steph's brother, Massimo.
Oh, they're cousins. Yeah, Massimo was losing his absolute mind during that fight. I couldn't believe it. I was like, security, can someone please address this young man next to me? So, and Elliot, he enjoyed the after party quite a bit, didn't he? You see him on the table?
I went home pretty early. What time did I go home? I think I got home at 2 a.m.
You also did. We're going back to PCR 9 here. Let's have a look. What do we got here? Look at you. What's wrong with this?
I hate looking up photos of myself.
Who are these two fine young ladies?
Mia and Amy. Mia is like one of my best friends.
Mia's in the middle?
Yeah.
Yep.
So both of them go to Good Vibes as well. I'm really, really close with Mia. She's the best. She's been so supportive throughout all of this.
Yep.
Like, she's so sweet. Love her. So shout out to you, girlfriend.
And what about this one?
Oh my God, Brad, you know I like this one.
What is wrong with these photos? There's nothing wrong with these photos.
Put it away.
Being drama queen here is what you're being. Oh, geez, you're on your phone. That's something, yeah.
I was taking a video of someone coming out.
Sure you are.
I was, because I had 2 friends fighting that night.
Who was it? Who else? Oh, Leah.
What? No, 3. 3 friends. Steph, Leah, and Wiley.
1 and 2 wins. You got Stefano got the win. Mm-hmm. Wiley was pipped by by Alex Wright, and you had Leah. Was it Leah the bad bitch? Is that was? You can't be using that language, Leah. You're too much of a nice young lady.
Oh my gosh, I have to talk about Leah too because she is the sweetest. On record, the sweetest woman ever.
So we've got the nicest guy in the world.
No.
So we've got the nicest guy in the world, and we've got the sweetest woman in the world. Both friends with you.
Leah is the sweetest person in the world. Just person, full stop. She is the most amazing person ever. She's also been so supportive with everything going on with PCR. Like, before the orientation, she sent me a little message just being like, you're going to do great. Enjoy it. I'll take it all in. And then even before the interview today, she's like, good luck and enjoy it.
She came in. I'm pretty sure, she came in and sat with me.
Yeah, she came in. And, like, we're so similar in terms of we both get really, like, anxious about this type of thing and, like, the photos and stuff. So we talked about it for a while. But she's been amazing. She's so sweet. Oh, my gosh, I love Leah.
She's a quality girl. It was good to see her.
She is. Can't say anything bad about her. You never will meet anyone who has anything bad to say about her. She's just so lovely to everyone.
Do you know I called her her nickname? I'm not going to call her that now, but I referred to her as her that much. I actually forgot her name. And when you told me the other week, Leah's coming down, I'm thinking, who the hell is Leah? So I got no idea. He goes, she fought in the last one. I was like, there's no Leah in the last one.
I was like, how are you not remembering
If you would have said the bad, I can't even believe I'm saying this. But if you would have said the bad bitch, I would have just gone, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. It's because I just refer to them by their nicknames so much.
I don't have a nickname yet, so nothing to refer to me yet.
I think, don't quote me on this, but I think there's a couple of guys that aren't going to have nicknames. They're just going to be their straight name.
Yeah. I was sitting in bed with my parents, like, in between them, and we were literally all just Googling things. My dad was just shouting things out. It was really bad. But there's one that we've been thinking about.
Is it something like, if it comes from Glen Austin, I'm just going to have a stab in the dark here.
But apparently you're not supposed to make your own fight name. You're supposed to get it from someone. So.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Is it something like Bella, gonna bring you hella? Something like that? I heard that from somewhere the other day.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No, I would have got stuck in here. Still not the worst nickname ever. That belongs to Jess Nadarala.
I think one that we talked about was, my dad said, was Bella the Unbreakable Bodnar.
That's pretty good.
Maybe, we'll see. I just feel a bit silly having a nickname. I don't know.
You can put it at the front as well. You know, it doesn't have to be in the middle.
I'd probably have it in the middle.
I'm just saying you can have it if it rolls off the tongue better, like Smokin' Joe Dortona from last time.
Yeah.
See? But if it was Joe Smokin' Dortona, it doesn't sound
that
right.
doesn't sound right at all.
Smokin' Joe sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You put it at the front. What about the Unbreakable Bella Bodnar? Wasn't there a TV show, something like that?
I think so. It sounds familiar, so that's why I'm a little bit...
What's it? Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I think that's what it's called.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Okay. Anyway.
We
just cracked 2 hours. Virtually nothing to talk about. Your family.
My my family.
Let's have a look at this whole gang here.
Oh,
is that the whole crew?
That's the whole crew.
Your parents do look young.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So that's all of you.
So my mum is 40. My mum will be 43 in October. October 9th, so 2 days after the fight.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday. What's your mum's name?
Irina.
Happy birthday, Irina, for 2 days after the fight. Getting in early.
And then Dad is 44.
Okay. Where is this photo taken?
This was at my 21st. So
recently? Obviously.
Last year, end of last year.
Where was my invite? No, it's fine. Don't invite me.
Didn't even know you yet, Brad.
I know.
Would have invited you if I knew you.
I was busy that day. How was your 21st? Jeez, that seems a lifetime ago for people like me. 21st.
Yeah, I'm the youngest in our group. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm the youngest in our group.
So you were born after 2000?
2001.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What date?
13th of December.
Not long after the towers went down.
No, not
2 months? 2 months after. Jesus. That was something else. Your sponsor for this event, which is 24 days away, about 24, we'll say 24. Yes. Who's your sponsor?
Tate Enterprises.
Tate. I did actually get this up before. Justin the Tank Tate fought Tommy the Moose Humble at PCR 6, 8. I don't know, one of those.
One
Sorry.
of them.
Fight 7, PCR 8. He's got Tate Enterprises. I believe Tate Enterprises was his own sponsor. So good on you, Justin. I'm a big fan of Justin the Tank Tate.
He's so lovely.
Is he going to be there on the night?
Yes. Yeah, he will.
Tell me how much convincing I'm just going to call him the Tank from now on. How much convincing did the Tank need to get on your team?
Not a lot.
He's a generous man.
He's really, really nice. He's so lovely.
He's a really good guy. Does he train at Counterbalance at Good Vibes?
Good Vibes? I think he's back this week, actually, yeah.
He used to train there. I did see him in a lot of the photos.
No, he's had his membership the whole time.
Yeah.
But he's just had to take a break with work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's good to see him back.
Yeah.
He's not a bad boxer. He's pretty handy.
No, yeah.
Very agile. I thought so. I thought he's very agile for a big man.
Yeah.
Good on him. And he's going to be there.
Yes, he will.
Can't wait to see him. That'll be good to see him again. Beautiful. Okay. Reasons behind you taking part in this event, possibly the best event of the year.
Yeah.
On a tie with the April 22 event. Tell me why you're taking part in this.
I mean, ever since I watched it, ever since I started boxing, so my dad got me into boxing. I was like, not in a great space mentally when, like, just before I started boxing. And, like, my dad did MMA growing up, and him and my mum were just boxing there for fitness and just because it's something that they love doing. They were doing it together, which is really cute.
Romantic.
But very. Even though they wouldn't partner up together.
You don't want to grapple, no.
But, yeah, he brought me to boxing and I loved it. As soon as I started it, fell in love with it straight away, and I was like, this is something that I want to do.
This is for you.
Yeah, for sure. And then I ended up watching the PCR just gone, and that had 3 of my friends fighting in it, which we talked about, and I was like, yeah, this is something that I want to do. Not the photos and the walkout type of thing, but I knew that I wanted to fight. So, yeah, that's probably the reason behind it.
After this event, is this something that you could see yourself doing again?
Yeah, for sure. Not
maybe
like
an amateur bout?
PCR.
Maybe an amateur bout?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There has been a couple go on to do it. Jackie the Animal Toth. I think Joey Country Power Paul.
Yeah.
Country Power. She's doing well. They both had very, very tough opponents on the night.
Yeah.
Josie Puffett, that girl can box. Tall, that girl can box. And Jackie got the win. And also you got Kimbo Slice, Kim Nicholson. It's funny, they were both, Kim and Josie were both the taller fighters on that night. And the shorter fighters got the win. So close. Good on them. There's always going to be that bout of, well, from what I've seen, there's the female fight. One of the fights has got 2 extremely, not extremely, but just experienced fighters. You can see it really does step up, and I saw it last time with Casey Groves and Jenna Greer, the time before that with Kim and Joey before that. This time around, it may be you. because I've seen you train and you know how to throw a punch.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Do you have any idea who you could possibly be matched up with? Because it all becomes official at the big relief. Not relief. Relief.
Reveal. That's the word.
Jesus. Off the planet today. The big reveal on Thursday, which is 2 days from now. Any idea who you may be fighting?
I've got a pretty good idea, yeah.
Tell me who you think. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know at this stage. I have nothing to do with the matchups. I have nothing to do with the teams. I need to clarify that. People, please stop emailing me, asking me, because I do not know. Go ahead. Who do you think you're going to have?
Danielle.
Danielle.
Yeah.
Danielle's pretty handy. That'd be a good matchup.
Yeah.
But then again, some of the other girls have come along quite well.
They have, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I was talking to Jasmine about it. I was like,
Jasmine, she's really nice. She has become very handy.
Right? This is what I was saying to her. I'm like, you need to have some belief in yourself, because from when we started to now, you've gotten really good. Like, you've picked up a lot, and you're a quick learner too.
The standard in the 4 or 5 weeks is incredible. Like, I didn't think that you can't pick up another sport. You can't become, in 4 weeks, you can't get this much better at basketball or football or something.
Yeah.
There's some pretty handy people. You've gone from some complete amateurs to actually some pretty handy fighters in there. And that's just the girls. Some of the guys have come along extremely well too.
Yeah, I haven't really watched too many of the guys. I've sparred with a couple of them, but I'm kind of just had my focus on the girls.
You did jump in very early to spar with the guys.
Yeah, happy to. Pretty much happy to spar anyone.
Sparring, as long as there's respect with the sparring, it's perfectly fine. As long as no one's going to try to light you up or throw a body shot or anything like that in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to train for this, I've only been sparring guys anyways.
That's at Good Vibes?
Yes.
Yeah. It'd be hard, would be, but I'm just saying, is it hard to find girls to spar with? Because I'm sure you've got some pretty handy fighters.
Yeah, at Good Vibes, yeah, absolutely. So Justine, Leah and Courtney, I'm going to spar them. Mia's also put her hand up for me to spar her. She's just gotten back from Europe being away for 2.5 months. So, yeah, all the girls have been so supportive. And even the guys, like, everyone has been really amazing. But so far I've only been sparring with guys, so Wiley was the first person I sparred.
Wiley the Cavalry Scott, co-main event of PCR 10 in April, not that long ago. Jeez, that was, on one hand, it seems like more than 5 months ago, but also it seems like that fight just happened.
Yeah, it seems like it just happened, but also seems like it was forever ago as well. But he's amazing. Like, he was the first person I sparred. I was super nervous because, like, I don't know what to expect, but he's
quick.
Really quick. Really quick. And he's, like, leveled up so much since, not saying that he was bad back then because he was still really good, but he's phenomenal. Like, he's really, really great. He's another person who's so lovely, so nice. But he's always looked out for me and really helped me out with PCR as well, like with sparring and stuff, and giving me advice in terms of nerves and that sort of thing. But yeah, everyone at Good Vibes has been so supportive and so sweet and so nice. So it's really nice.
It is amazing how quick some of these fighters do the PCR and then advance, how much better. Mongi's a good example of that. Yes. I know he fought Trent the Hood Pope Horwood, then came back in. And seeing him train the other day, I was like, this is not the same fighter I saw 12 months ago.
Yeah.
He's going to be tricky.
Yes.
I'm not saying that
he's also another person I've sparred too. He's really great to spar with as well.
Mongi. He's a good guy, isn't he? The Mongster.
Yeah.
Maybe needs a better nickname next time, Mongi. He's not going to listen to me. Have you got any, prior to this, have you got any connections to, obviously there's a number of fighters, but is this the first time you're meeting like Glenn and Nige, Chris and Craig, those guys?
So it's the first time I'm meeting Craig and Chris, but I know Glenn and Nigel previously from Anarchy. So I started training there when it was Anarchy before it turned into Good Vibes. So, yeah.
It was different back then.
It was.
I've got my Anarchy jacket around here somewhere.
Yeah, I've still got my Anarchy hoodie in my closet.
And is it true they've just sold the building? Is that right?
I think they've sold it and it's getting demolished and turning into an apartment building.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Because that location was, it was odd, wasn't it? Because it was sort of not in the middle of nowhere, but it seemed to suit that style of gym so well.
Yeah.
And it changed the difference between Anarchy and good vibes. It's that. It's. I mean, it's great what Ben has done with.
Ben has done such a good job. Like, honestly, hats off to him because he works so hard and he has so much love for it as well.
Yeah.
Like, he really puts his heart and his soul into it, and he really cares about everyone there. Like, but genuinely cares about every single person.
But to change a gym from, I guess, a culture of what they had, which at Anarchy, which was great, it was very much a family thing, to change the name, to change pretty much everything about it, but still being able to retain a lot of the clientele. That's saying something. Absolutely,
and I think that's a testament to Ben and the kind of person he is and the other coaches like B and stuff. But to also just show how much respect everyone has for Ben and how much they really love what he's doing with the space. I think if they didn't, then they wouldn't stay. You know what I mean?
But it's got a lot to do with the clientele as well.
Absolutely.
Because you could have the best place, the best owners and trainers.
Everyone's so tightly knit as well. Like, we're all like a little family. It's really cute.
Incestuous?
No.
That's what I heard.
No, but everyone there is so lovely and, like, honestly, so close.
How have you gone with... Do you have to... I suppose you won't know until you're matched up, but have you gone with, like, your diet? You're eating a lot more? Have you put on weight, lost weight? What's been the go of the last 4 weeks?
Yeah, so I've been eating pretty clean. Just pretty clean in general, working out a lot, like, honestly really putting my best effort into this. Like, again, circling back to the same thing, Dad was like, once he did come around to it, because initially he was like really unsure about it just because he didn't want his only daughter getting punched in the face. No dad does, really.
He knows about your head movement though, no one can touch it.
When he did come around to it, he's so supportive. He's like, all right, this is what you're going to do, because doing MMA, they trained so hard for that. So he's like, this is what you're going to do, this is what you need to do. So he's been amazing in terms of helping me train. I spar my dad too, which is...
Jeez, that'd be weird.
My mum can't be there for that. The first time we sparred, my mum was out at a girls' night. And it was good. Like, he knows how to pull back his power but also be at an intense enough level where it's helping me and pushing me. But he got me with a really good one straight down my nose and then just straight in my solar plexus. I was just like, bang, bang.
That's a bit rough from Dad, isn't it?
Nah.
It came from a place of love, did it?
It came from a place of love, exactly.
As long as it does that, there's no issue with it at all.
Exactly. And he obviously stopped and he's like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
How's the social life been since you've committed to this? Has everything sort of been put on hold?
I'm not like a super social person anyways, in terms of like I don't go clubbing and I don't really go out. Probably like the most I do is like going to dinner and stuff with friends.
So you haven't had to reel it right back or anything?
Yeah, like I don't go out every weekend clubbing sort of thing, so I haven't really had any issues with that. Yeah, it's so expensive, but I feel like it's just a massive waste of time as well. Like, anyways, but yeah, been definitely just so busy with uni and PCR training that I actually don't have time to anyways.
Okay.
But yeah, I still like will hang out with friends every now and then, like go for a walk, or my best friend Emily, she will follow me around in her car while I go for runs at night. Part of it safety, part of it is safety, part of it hanging out, but she's amazing as well, so we'll go for little walks together and do that type of thing.
She's not a runner?
Used to be, but she also has like pretty bad asthma like me.
Oh, okay.
So we stick to our walks.
How are you going to deal with asthma? Do they allow puffers?
Yeah,
do you have an asthma puffer?
Yeah, I do. I've been training without it though to like get myself conditioned to not being able to use it if for some reason I can't. I don't think...
Oh no, you have to check with the commission about that.
I'll check, but I should be fine.
I think at an amateur level it should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine. But yeah, I've trained pretty hard, conditioned myself pretty hard, so I've got it pretty well managed.
Okay.
So,
have you had like mental, like psychological changes, knowing that you've got this actual one day, everything is leading to one day, in the sense of it's easy to go to the gym to build muscle and everything, but if you had an actual focal point, it seems to make it easier to train. How's this gone for you?
Definitely. I mean, I've never had any issues with like training hard in terms of lack of a motivation, like an event or something that I'm training for. Like every time I go to the gym, like I go and I work hard and I give it my best anyways. But leading up to PCR, it's getting more real. Like I'll have like a moment every now and then, be like, I'm fighting in front of a lot of people.
Big crowd.
Rowdy. So yeah, it gets to me then, but I've got great friends and great people that kind of bring me back down to earth, and I'm like, it's okay, it's going to be fine.
Is there any part of the evening you want to fight in?
Sorry?
Is there any part of the evening you want to fight?
I don't want to be the first fight, and I just want to be before halfway. I'd like to be the first goal, just get it out of the way.
I think traditionally the girls do fight earlier, but anything can change. I think the only fight that I know of that, and it still could change, is the main event. And that has...
Well, the main event is...
Ronnie against Wirama. Oh, my God. When I heard about that,
really
I got way too excited. I can't see either of those two guys losing.
Yeah.
They are both very good fighters. They could handle themselves at an amateur level, I don't think, without any problems. And I think Wirama is the cousin of Brezzi.
Yeah, right.
So Wirama's trying to get some revenge there, I think. But those two are very good fighters.
Get through the family.
That's going to end the night. That is just the absolute perfect way. I think there's been some very good fighters over the years. Well, from what I've seen, I think those two maybe two of the best out of everyone. I mean, there's more technical fighters. You got like your Josh Pryors who are very good fighters, but just with just intimidation and just being two heavyweights.
That's what I struggle with, being intimidating. I'm not naturally an intimidating person. Like,
I think once you start throwing punches, though, I think you become more intimidating.
Yeah.
I think because when I first met you, you weren't intimidating, but then you got in the ring and I said, oh, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it comes into. Mate, do you think intimidation, I suppose it is needed, really, isn't it?
It's a big mental thing. Like, I think that's definitely something I've struggled with mentally, is just...
Confidence? Yeah,
confidence. Yeah. Just don't really have a lot of confidence in myself. It's definitely getting better.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Has something happened previously to shoot down your confidence? For something you don't want to talk about, we're going to move on straight away. Do you have any fears or concerns about the event itself?
No. Not really. I mean...
Do you want it to get here sooner, or are you enjoying the process?
I'm trying to enjoy the process. And I'm like trying to take the time to really work on my confidence. It's definitely come a long way from when we first started. And that's through the help of Nigel and Glenn and their little pep talks, and like my friends as well. But it's come a long way, so I'm trying to enjoy it. But I know that it's going to get here really quickly, so I'm not wishing for it to come any sooner. No.
It does, and I think it does get here a lot quicker than people do think. They want, am I keeping you up, am I?
No.
Yawning. Must be in this room. Your training routine prior to how it is now, obviously with all your train boxing, is it just stepped up? Is it the intensity? What's the difference between, say, the training now than you were, I don't know, 6 weeks ago down at Good Vibes? What's the difference?
Yeah, so not huge difference in terms like of people who've never boxed before. They go from doing like nothing or just light exercise to really going hard. I was still training 5 days a week, going to the gym 5 days a week, boxing, and still doing PT every week, so still working hard. I think it's just now I've really stepped up conditioning, like doing a lot more to prepare myself in terms of fitness, but also training with Ben, trying to get myself ready that way. Ben's amazing and he really knows what he's doing. So, yeah.
You're in good hands.
I am.
Whether you are at Good Vibes or at Counterbalance, you've got guys with a wealth of experience.
Exactly.
You've got
and I'm also training with Nigel too.
Yeah.
Been doing PT with Nigel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got all the former fighters coming down there, so they're going to be helping you with the mental side of things as well.
Yeah, Wiley's really helped me out with the mental side of things in terms of I really get in my head, and he watches me spar. He's like, I can see you getting in your head, and he reminds me to breathe and focus and focus on the things I need to do. So he's been really helpful with that in terms of calming me down.
Wiley's had quite a decorated sporting career with some of the stuff he's done.
He's awesome, yeah.
So I was going to say, he's been, I suppose, working on the mental side of things for long before he did the PCR.
He is mentally one of the toughest people I know. Like, he reminds me a lot of my dad in that sense, where my dad is mentally the toughest person I've ever met. Both my parents are, but my dad is. And so is he. Like, this, everything he's been through, and he's just, yeah.
Came back from that horrific knee injury.
Yeah.
Showed me photos. That knee injury he had, say, 2 years ago was something else.
Yeah, definitely.
Put it down to a good physio. Dave Dawes from Subiaco Physiotherapy. Winner at PCR 2, I believe it was. Should watch that fight.
PCR 2?
PCR 2.
Wow.
It was different back then. I'm pretty sure Dave fought like in a pair of old Asics.
So it was really...
It was just different.
Yeah,
it was different. Every time, every event, it just steps up. It is just more professional, and it's something to behold, these events.
Yeah.
Sacrifices you've had to make. Has anything had to be put on the back burner?
I haven't really had too many sacrifices to make, just in terms of time, I guess, is the biggest one. Like, just devoting more time to it.
What suburb do you live in?
I live in Lansdale, so it's like a 40-minute drive without traffic to get there. And then with traffic, it's like an hour and a half.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So
even to Good Vibes, that's a hike.
It is, yeah. It's like 25 minutes without traffic, 30 minutes normally, and then like with traffic, it's a fair while. It's like 45, 50 minutes.
Do you think driving that far to go to training, when you get there, you're more likely to do a better job? Because you've come all this way, you can't half-ass it. Whereas if your gym was just around the corner, you go, not today, I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, that's never really crossed my mind. I feel like even if I was right around the corner, or whether I'm driving an hour or 2 hours away, like, I'm still going to give it my all and try my hardest, work hard.
I half-ass it at the gym a fair bit. Mine's just down the road.
I mean, I understand that if it's closer, you're like, I didn't have a great session today, I'll go tonight, or, you know, but...
How supportive have your friends been of you doing this?
So supportive. I honestly feel like I have one of the best support crews out of everyone, and that's not even me trying to just hype up my friends. I really do. Even all my uni friends, so we've got like this little group chat. We're like a little family. It's very sweet. We're all very, very close. So they've been super supportive and really great, and everyone at Good Vibes has been so supportive and like really, really invested in me trying to do well, and like in terms of sparring with me. And I've sparred with Paulie too. Paulie's been great.
Paul Onafaro.
Yeah.
Prime time, Paul Onafaro, everyone.
He's awesome. He's
fought at PCR 6. Well. Fought, I can't remember. Sorry. He was red team from memory.
Yes.
Paul Primetime. Yeah. That's right. Okay. And your family. I know you said your dad took a while to come around. What are the brothers?
Both my parents took a while to come around, and they still have like their reservations now, but it's purely out of like a safety thing. They just like want you to be okay.
Oh yeah.
Whereas if one of my brothers were to do it, they'd be like, yeah.
How are your brothers? Protective of their sister? Or they know what you're capable of?
I don't think they share the same reservations my parents do.
Yeah.
Just because it's different from a parental side. But they're excited. They're all coming.
Everyone's coming?
Maybe not Ethan. Ethan's 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Luke and Michael are coming. This will be the first thing of mine that Luke's ever come to. So we've always gone to all of his games and stuff, but he's always been too busy with soccer to come into any of like my stuff, any of my competitions. So this will be the first time he watches me do anything sporting. So
are you staying at the Crown?
Yes, yeah, okay. I am. Yeah, I want to stay 2 nights, but we'll see.
Because I think, I'm not sure, you'll have to check this out, but I know if your brother is under 18, there can be exceptions made.
Yeah, well, I spoke to Glenn, and he was just like, we can get Ethan through just to watch, and then, you know. Yeah.
I think as long, there are rules that'll allow it.
And then he can just hang out in my room before and after anyways, which he'd love.
What, a room service? Watch a movie?
I think my parents might be staying the night there. But yeah, my parents are super supportive now. Like they've always been supportive with everything we've done. Like me and all of my brothers, they've always just been like, you guys do what you want to do. like, honestly couldn't ask for better parents. Like, they're great, especially with all of this stuff. Dad's been like, we can spar, and he keeps me accountable with everything as well, like going for runs and eating well and all of that type of stuff.
Sounds like you got heaps of support from everywhere, from every angle. It seems you got the counterbalance crew, you got the whole good vibes crew, you got the friends, you got the family at home.
Yeah, like
in good hands.
Absolutely.
Let's go. We've talked about who you think your opponent's going to be.
Yes.
This will all be official on Thursday when I find out. I'm actually really excited to see some of these matchups because this time around, from what I've seen, is there's going to be 3 female fights, women fights, female fights?
3 female fights.
Female, whatever the correct term is.
Which I think is the smallest number that they've ever had.
Yeah, that is, which means that there's 11 guys, 11 male fights.
Yes.
Now, normally there's 1 or 2 possible opponents for everyone. But there's this group of guys between the weight of, say, 90 and about 110.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like a lot, but they could easily lose or put on weight to get in there. Almost 90% of the guys could fight another 90% of the guys just through weight alone.
Yeah.
It's going to be madness. I can't wait to see these matchups. I can't pick any of them.
I can't pick any of the guys either. Although, to be fair, I haven't had a good look at them anyways, but I've just been like trying to scan around just briefly, but still can't pick it.
Because even the girls, because there's...
I matched up the girls pretty well in my head straight away.
But there's one of 3. This is just my opinion, everyone. This is my opinion. I don't know. But there's one of 3.
Yes.
You're going to be looking at Jasmine, Danielle, or possibly Maddie. I reckon one of those 3.
I definitely know who I'm up against.
We'll see. I don't know. Staying out of it. Walkout music. Let's go.
Walkout music. I have had my song picked for a long time.
This will be. It better be good.
It's Superhero by Metro Boomin.
Superhero by who?
Metro Boomin. There you go. First one.
How old is this song? Firstly.
I'm not sure.
Because yeah. Obviously, being how old I am, I don't enjoy any music out of the last 10 years, as I say repeatedly.
Well, I showed it to my mum. My dad thought it was cool. And then I showed it to my mum. She was like, I feel like you should have something like upbeat and fun. I'm like, that's not me.
Oh, so this isn't. It said somber music at the start there. It's a bit more dancey, isn't it?
I don't know. Well... And then also
it's not singing firstly. I don't know what it's
Supermassive Black Hole.
Someone else has got that.
Do they?
Yep.
Who? I know Alex was thinking about it.
No, it's not Alex.
Really?
It's someone else. I think someone has put in for Supermassive Black Hole. Pretty sure. I think it was one of like about 4.
Someone have to stick to my original choice.
I don't know. There should be a list up there. Just talk to us. Yeah. Whoever picked it. Someone picked about 3 or 4 of them. So Supermassive Black Hole was in there. Maybe Alex. I can't remember. So many people have been through here. This is a bit different. Is this going to get you pumped though?
Yeah.
It's going to calm you down walking into the ring.
Well, I've heard it so many times that I'm like, it's not like something I'm going to hear. I'm going to get like nervous.
Okay.
I've heard it before.
Just relax. Just breathe through it.
Yeah.
I think SD Blake had something like this a couple of years ago. Seemed to work well for her.
Yeah.
It's good on SD Blake. Jesus, that girl was a handful. Nickname. Have we got anything?
Nickname. Not as of yet.
I think we did talk about this before, didn't we?
We did.
Possibly the Unbreakable.
Yeah, possibly Bella the Unbreakable Bodnar, but I'm not a massive fan of nicknames anyway, so we'll see.
So you might not have any?
Maybe. Yet to be confirmed.
I'll think of something. Funny.
Yeah, because it needs to be given to you. I'm like, I can't give myself a nickname.
No, but you got to like it though.
Yeah, that's right. Just keep giving me nicknames till
Don't ask
find one
Glenn.
that sticks.
Don't ask Glenn and Nige. They'll give you something better. After it's all done, there's a big come down afterwards. I know a lot of fighters.
Everyone talks about that. And
you just got to be aware of it. Is there something? I mean, you may not. You may be lucky and not experience it. But a lot of people, this event can be the highlight of their life up to this point. That's being, dead serious.
Yeah, right.
They've never been involved in something this major, and it would be hard to compare it to something or to compete with being centre of attention in front of this many people, boxing, like fighting.
Yeah.
It is something else. Have you got stuff in place to help you with that come down? Is there the next thing?
I think just go back to training and maybe look forwards to maybe doing amateurs at some point. But
getting your body healed?
Yeah. I was talking to my physio. He was like, look, normally I would not recommend someone to fight after everything you've gone through. He's like, but also in saying that, I know your goal, I know what you want to work to. He's like, just afterwards, we need to rehab all of this properly. So that's what I will be doing after, is rehabbing everything.
So you got rehab to look forward to?
Yep. But Greg's a legend, so not stressed. And he's amazing in terms of, he knows I'm a physio student, obviously, and he teaches at the same university as I go to. He's the head of the masters in sports physio.
Okay.
So he's awesome. So he will sometimes teach me while he's treating me. So it's great. And he's like, you've got my number, so if you have any questions, let me know. So he's great. He's also really supportive.
And you've got all the former fighters to lean on as well. They'll probably let you know.
Yeah, 100%. Got a wealth of sport. I'm friends with a lot of people who have fought in it before. So
last up.
Yes.
Are you happy? Are you happy with where you are at this current point in your life?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
you've been through some shit.
Yeah.
I don't even swear on this thing much. So there we go. It was worth it. It warranted the use of the S word.
I mean, I don't think I have, particularly compared to what other people have gone through. I'm happy with where I am, relatively healthy. My family's healthy, happy. Guess that's all you can ask for.
You sound stoked.
No, I mean, I am really, really happy. Very grateful for where I am in life. Doing well with uni. I can move, I can box. Not a whole lot more you can ask for.
No.
Yeah.
Well, this is a massive opportunity that you and 27 other people have got in 24 days. I do hope you get to take it all in and actually enjoy it, and it doesn't come around too quick for you and you miss it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it?
Looking forward to it. Nervous, but looking forward to it.
The nerves getting stronger now, you reckon, or you're easing into it?
A little bit of both. Sometimes when I do have a little moment of, it's maybe a little bit more real or a little bit more intense, but...
You sleeping well? Sleeping's the key.
Sleeping is the key, and I've been told this by so many people, so I'm trying to work on it. But I'm not the best sleeper.
Turn that brain off if you can. If you can master that art, you're doing well.
I think I'm just so busy with uni that I don't really have time to...
Don't have time to sleep.
Don't have time to sleep, because that comes first before everything.
Okay. So. 3 hours 5. We'll cut this down.
Amazing.
I want to thank you so much for coming in here today, Bella. On Tuesday, I'm going to get this out hopefully by Thursday. Match-up day. I'll send this across to you to check out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming in. Wish you all the best for the last 3.5 weeks of training and the event. I'll be there. I cannot wait to see you. Afterwards, if you want to come back in, talk about your experience, just know that you are more than welcome.
100%. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, mate. And I'll chat to you soon.